What is going on, family? We are back with a brand new Tx2 album. Brand new Tx2 album. Just came out over the weekend. It's called The End of Us. The End of Us. Am I get that right? End of Us. Yes. End of Us. Already, I'm liking the vibes because it's giving off breakup vibes versus we're happy and in love vibes. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know out there, y'all know that when people are happy and in love, the music is just not, it's just not as good. It's just not as good. There's just something special about the heartbreak of life. There's something special about the heartbreak of life and the art that it creates. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited to check out this album. We're going to be going through this entire project. What we're going to do is we're going to try something new on this channel for the first time too as well. We're going to go through each song on this album and we're going to do it 2 songs at a time. So we're going to get into the first 2 songs from this project. The first one is Feed with DeathbyRomy. Romy, right? I think that's how you say her name. God, I think that she's awesome, but I've been probably mispronouncing her name for fucking years, to be honest with you. And the second song was a song he did with Tx2, Nice Guy. We've done a reaction for that already, but we're going to revisit it again today. So let's go ahead and jump on to the intro track of this album, of this project, Tx2 featuring DeathbyRomy, Feed. I'm probably still saying her name wrong. Still, shout out to her, though. Shout out to her, and shout out to Tx2, and shout out to you for being here. You know what I mean? Shout out to you for being here on this video and checking this out with me in the first place. I know y'all probably have already listened to this shit, so y'all already probably know. So let's just go ahead and not waste no more time. Let's just jump into it. Oh, fuck me, man. Like I said, we don't ever edit nothing out. So if I fuck up, I fuck up. You know what I mean? If I say the wrong thing, I say the wrong thing. We don't take it out. I got you guys probably heard that, but I did not hear that in my headphones. But I should now. Let's go.
Drifting away since I had a taste of her venomous ways.
Ooh, baby. Oh my God. You know, if there's one thing I love is when you got a strong start to the project. You know what I mean? I feel like the intro lyrics are always important for any song. The beginning of a project, the beginning of an album, EP, whatever. Those first lyrics are pretty damn important. I feel like it's supposed to be the time to kind of tell you what time we're on for this project. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you take like the album artwork and how it's kind of got like this, I don't even know what you would want to even call it, friends. Like when the first thing that came to my mind was like, oh, okay, he's like really leaning into more of his like, his like, core-ish, rock core, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to put labels on things, right? But it's definitely core-y, you know what I mean? It's definitely like hardcore-y, you know, the album artwork, right? So it's like, it's not as like, I don't even know what you call it, you know what I mean? Like, it stands out, I feel, compared to like the other artwork that I've seen him use for songs and singles and projects, right? Where I'm like, this is more like, again, I can't think of a better word than Corey. Not crack Corey, but just Corey. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. And like that, the little intro riff, the little, you know what I mean? Like the breakdown kind of riff thing going on too. Again, more like on like the core side of life, right? Where it's kind of already painting a picture of kind of like what time we're on when it comes to this project. So I'm like, I love the fact that we're like right out the rip, what did you say, with her venomous ways? Oh man, I love it when he starts talking like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run it back and let him cook up that from the beginning.
I've been floating in space. Yeah.
He's telling you like right time off the bat, like where he been. You know what I mean? I've been floating in space. In case you were wondering where I've been. In case you were wondering where I've been, this is where I've been with them venomous ways. You know what I'm saying?
Floating in space, yeah. drifting away since I had a taste of her venomous ways. I know I'm not you overthreaded to my head. Flying, blinded, misled, like
having like the backup feature vocals on there too is so sick. Like as soon as he mentions her, she comes in with like the melody part with it too. So fucking sick, man. So fucking sick.
yeah, drifting away since I had a taste of her venomous ways. I know I'm not you overthreaded to my head. Flying, blinded, misled, like I'm off to its death. Kiss me and deceive me. I wanna be paralyzed. I wanna be a victim of your love. I wanna feel your face, yeah. Injected with your poison. Submitting to the voice that's in my head. I wanna feel your claws, yeah. Spun a web with your delusion. I'm caught under your influence again. Feed. Prey on me. Take me and tell me if I am more me, please.
Oh my god, I think that she's so fucking sick, man. I know this is a Tx2 video, this is a Tx2 reaction, but like we got her in this first video in the first place, so I'm gonna talk just a second about how dope I think that she is. I didn't even realize how long I've been listening to her until I was like going through like my playlist the other day, and I came across a song that she had done as a feature with another artist that I had been listening to for a while, and I was like, holy fuck! I didn't even realize all these years back then that was really her. You know what I mean? Same name under the same, you know, name for the artist name. So it wasn't like she was going by like some different name and like, you know, I didn't know. You know what I mean? Where I just never really like tripped my brain when I was going through and just kind of like checking out some music that's been in my playlist for a couple of years. And I'm like, holy shit. I've been really listening to her for like over like 5 years now. You know what I mean? I thought that I had discovered her, technically discovered last year, but I actually knew who she was before that. I had a couple of songs on the playlist that she had been a part of, and I was like, you know, she was dope back then too. You know, I mean, she's always been dope. You know what I mean? So seeing her like be like the like on the feature with Tx2, I thought was really, really dope. Like when I saw that they were announcing this collab, I thought that was a really sick collab. I've been excited about almost every collab that I think that he's done. I can't think of one that I didn't really think like, oh shit, like that's dope. You know what I mean? Where like on the promo on the front side, right? Where I was like, oh man, he's like, he picks great artists to like collaborate with, whether it's like, whether he's like reaching up a little bit, like with Ice Nine Kills, where it's like, you know, we're on tour with these guys, you know, like he's just like an act that's been around for a minute, more like big bro kind of vibes, or whether or not it's more like peers. I hate to say that, but like, you know, we're like almost part of some of the same class of like come upness. You know what I'm saying? So no matter who he picks, the collabs are always fire. And I feel like I've said this before about Tx2, is I feel like he always finds a way with these collaborations to like really like, whether it's him or not, the songs that he does with them, it really highlight and showcase a lot of, I think, what's great about those individual artists. And I think that this is exactly one of those times where like it's no exception. I'm just gonna shut up and let her cook. Now. Okay, I never go back far enough. I never ever go back far enough. If you're new to the channel, I'm probably the worst YouTuber reactor that ever existed. But if you've been here for a minute, you know enough to know that I never go back far enough. Never let him cook from the top. Never.
Take me and tell me if I am more me, please. If it's my life you wanted, I'm consumed by your loss. You're in my bones and my blood. Lost myself to the point of your disease. Kiss me and see me.
Ooh, it just runs through you. It runs like through your fucking veins, baby. As soon as that little drum pops back in, it's like, ah, because like you're just sitting there marinating on like the fact that that verse is fire. you're sitting there marinating on the fact that like the feature is fire. Because again, man, I'm sorry. Let's be honest for a second. Those second verses normally suck, man. So many of these artists I hear, their second verses suck. This has been the problem from the beginning of time, right? It's like we might have a solid start to this song with that first verse and a chorus. But as soon as we get to that second verse, it's normally when people start snoozing. You know what I mean? When they start losing interest immediately. We're living in the day and age, friends, that like, you know, people can't pay attention to things for longer than like 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're like going crazy and jumping off the wall, it's like people like lose interest really immediately, which I think is a terrible thing, especially for the art of music, right? Or just art in general. Like, people can't sit there and just marinate and focus on something that is just, that took time to create. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, I know there's a lot of music out here that just it just feels passionless. It feels passionless. But that's not who we're talking about today, friends. That's not who we're talking about. We're talking about Tx2 and DeathbyRomy. You know what I mean? Both of them. And like I said, if you're new to, I know you're not new to Tx2 if you're here, but if you are new to DeathbyRomy, do yourself the favor, friends. Do yourself the fucking favor. It's another one of those artists where like you can't pinpoint like what it is that they do, other than the fact that it's like it's all fire. You know what I mean? Like, she's got songs that make me cry. She's got songs that make me like want to fucking like get up and rage and shit. Like, I know. I'm sorry, guys. This is a Tx2 video. I can't help it. We've done a lot of praise for him and a lot of videos before, but I haven't got a chance to really like do this much shouting and praising. And I'm in love with this collab, man. I'm so much in love with this collab. I think it's so sick that these guys did this together. Again, like I said it earlier in the video, where it's like, when I see I got a new song coming out and it's with X, it's always like, oh shit, like what a great feature. And I hate rock features. I really do. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But I feel like there's a handful of these artists out here that like they find a great way to like feature other artists on here where it doesn't almost seem like mixtapey. You know what I mean? Well, that's kind of where I hate it, where it feels like there really is no collaboration with it. That's what I love about this, is it feels like two artists working together to make a song versus like, hey, yo, dog, I wrote a song. You want to like throw a feature on there? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just listen to it whenever you got time and send me something back, right? And I'll just throw it on there. You could feel that they didn't work on it together. You know what I mean? And whether or not they did work together or not, it feels like they did. That's the more important part, right? It's like, does it feel that way? That is kind of the magic. Because if they didn't, you really got something special if you can make people believe that it sounds like the two of y'all were in the same place writing this shit. Does that make sense?
Feel your face, yeah. Injected with your poison, submitting to the voice that's in my head. I wanna feel your close, yeah. Spun away with your delusion. I'm caught under your influence again.
Holy shit, hold on. I didn't notice this before or like really think about it, but I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the representation of like the album artwork, right? Similar tattoos, because I was looking at this earlier when I was looking at it, I was like, who do I know with these kind of tattoos? I'm like, have I seen this person somewhere on the internet? Like, who is it? It's not a member of the band. Like, you know, is it like a made up person? Was there like some sort of muse for this? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like because I did look at this before this video, I was like, wait a minute, is that supposed to be like the person that that they made the album artwork kind of after or whatever? Because I'm pretty sure it's similar tattoos.
beat.
Oh my god. I don't know what else to say about that one, friends, man. Like I said, it's already been a somewhat long reaction. This is a good enough video. Oh, they come to Philly in May. I might have to go, bro. I might have to go. Let's fucking go. Let's go. That's a Thursday night, too, at the Fillmore. Oh, shit. Y'all let me know in the comments who's coming to that show. Y'all let me know in the comments who's coming to the show if I should get tickets. Because I might just have to do it, baby. I might just have to do it. I've been talking about going to see Tx2 in a minute. I haven't got a chance to see DeathbyRomy either. The last time that she came to town, I had to make a decision. You know what I mean? And sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it sucks because, again, I'm the kind of guy where I will all day long go to the more like emerging artists than I will go see the legacy acts. You know what I mean? I don't like paying a lot of money to go to shows and to go watch the band that I've been listening to for 15 years. So you watch them play, it costs money, bro. And I have to sit further away. And honestly, it's not as much of the experience. Like, you know, if anything, like concerts like that almost feel nostalgic. And I think what I love so much about concerts now is just more the in the moment, in the feeling. You know what I mean? Like in the moment, those feelings immediately. You know what I mean? I don't want to think about yesteryear when I go to a concert. I like, okay, new project, new album, couple of songs I already know from you that you can play on the end. You know what I mean? Like I love those shows. So I'm all day long, 9 out of 10 shows every year. I'm going to go watch the more emerging artists. But there was one artist that I had not seen yet, that I was just dying to see, and I never saw them ever. You know what I mean? And it wasn't an expensive tour, and it was like, I gotta go see them. And I bought those tickets before I saw DeathbyRomy was coming to town. And it was just happened to be on the same day as a couple other artists out here too, that the same thing has happened. I don't want to name them on this video because they're not involved, and I don't know how much people, again, I just like to try to keep it focused on today. Don't compare nobody. No, don't mention nobody else. I don't want to talk about the artist specifically in this video. There's been a couple others where I'm still on the list where I still got to go, right? And so we've talked about this in other Tx2 videos about going to go see Tx2. I've had a couple of friends that saw them on tour when they were, I think, opening for I think it was the Falling in Reverse run. They had saw them, and I was like, yeah, they're definitely on my list to go see them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tx2. Shout out to DeathbyRomy. I'm gonna go see both of y'all one day. I promise. And it might be this May, friends. It might be this May in Philly that we're gonna see Tx2 for sure. I hadn't even seen that he was like getting ready to go on tour or whatever like that. So that had missed me, friends. All right, guys. All right. Now it's time to jump in with Ekoh. I've also seen Ekoh in concert too. Again, like I said, all day long, go on one of these smaller shows, friends. I saw Ekoh seeing another artist that I liked, and I didn't know who Ekoh was. Ekoh opened at the show. He opened at a rock show. Thought that he was fire. He won me over as a fan, literally off of the first live performance. And again, I like to talk. I like to sit here and talk about this a lot because I feel like there's so many people out here who do not give the openers a chance. If they don't give a fuck about, they don't know who they are. They're only there to see that headliner, right? And I want to encourage you, friends, go to the show early. Go when the doors open. Go watch the first band play. Go watch the first artist perform. Go watch the second one perform. You might find some song, at least a song. There's typically always at least a damn song that you're like, you know what, that shit was pretty dope. You know what I mean? Fuck yeah. Might not find your next favorite artist. You might not find whatever, but you're going to probably find at least one damn good song. And I think the other thing is the problem that I think a lot of people have going into this is going to be the longest reaction for 2 songs I've ever done. Is I think a lot of people, their mistake that they make is it's almost like they come in there with like this opinion of impress me now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know you. Impress me. Artist, perform for me. I have to be won over by you. You know what I mean? Versus like, I feel like I was talking about this the other night when we did a comedy night on stream. That was our first one that we've done. And I said, I'm like, I am the target audience for this because I want to laugh. I'm not looking for you to be like, impress me, comedian. I do the same thing when I go to these shows. I want to be won over by you. I'm dying to be just like invited into your world. You know what I'm saying? Like I am that person. So I'm not looking to judge you. I'm looking to fall in love with you in this performance. Does that make sense? Where it's like, okay, like, oh yeah, now I'm rocking with them. You know what I mean? Because they did this. I'm looking to be won over, and all it's your job is to just do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to be impressed here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that guy. I've been alive long enough to know that that's just the wrong perspective to have going into anything. And I think that you're gonna enjoy more things in life if you go in more with that of that mentality of like looking to like it versus looking to hate it or to criticize. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the problem with the world today is we're looking too much to criticize versus just to accept what is being given to us. You know what I mean? Like these artists, they take time to put in the work for their craft, and if they don't, you can tell. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't, you can tell. And I think that whether or not they're the best singer or the best performer you ever heard, they're still out there doing their best. Does that make sense? And not everybody has to be fucking Whitney Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, there's only so many Whitney Houstons in the fucking world. You know what I mean? Like, think about it now. Think about global phenomenon singers. How many do you know? There's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, pitch perfectness is not a thing that everybody is born with. It's not a thing that most bands have. You know what I'm saying? Stop being so fucking judgmental. Get out there and check out some new music. You know what I'm saying? Nice Guy featuring Ekoh. Again, the testament here of a fan, I was won over by your live show, my guy. Won over by your live show, then I dug into your music. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ekoh out there in Las Vegas. Shout out to Tx2. And shout out again to DeathbyRomy.
I'm not a man whore, it's just a habit. You probably do the same, but you're not.
This song makes so much more sense now on the project because now we gotta tell the length of a story. You know what I'm saying? One off by itself, I was like, this seems so random for them. You know what I'm saying? For both of them, actually. You know what I'm saying? They be getting into their little bag every once in a while, but it's not like of this nature. Now I'm really remembering this feature. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm really remembering this song.
Do the same, but you're not a bad bitch. I don't do hookups. I only want love. I'll never break trust.
Alright, that's pushing it, I'll be honest. Who looks at me and thinks I'm stable? I'm as tall as I'm faithful.
Again, opening lines are important, friends. Opening lines are important. They're telling you what time we're on. He said, who looks at me and thinks I'm stable? Fuck yeah, bro. That's what I love about him, Brett. That's what I love about him is pure honesty. It's the pure inner thoughts. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm as tall as I'm faithful. Now that's just a bar. That's just a bar. You know what I'm saying? Because he could be 6'4" or he could be 5'4". You know what I'm saying? But we all know he's a 5'4". I've seen enough of those videos, enough of those reels, friends. And I will have to say, I love the fact that he's going away from the rage bait shit. You know what I mean? Like, again, the old head in the room, I'd have to just say, I just don't love it when artists go in that direction for promotion. I know it works for some people out here. I know it does. But I feel like it also paints a picture of who you are as a person. And I don't think all your fans look at you that way. You know what I'm saying? Before it's too late, I was so thankful to see them go away from the rage baiting stuff. Because again, I think that honestly, the band's pretty great at marketing. They're pretty great at marketing. Just keep doing that stuff, man. It's all going to work. And I feel like it's going to continue to work. The rage bait stuff is just like I said, just don't put yourself in that category. You know what I'm saying? So again, cause I'm a 5'4".
I'm stable. I'm as tall as I'm faithful. I'm flip freaks in rotation like a spatula. Too many holes in my castle, call me Dracula. Goddamn, gonna need some sage, cause I'm Santana with my evil ways. And I'm in a band, we're literally the worst to date. That's why they say that once you're mine, I'll ruin your life. Just give.
That's what I'm saying. He can't help but be theatrical. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so great about him is he's theatrical. You know what I mean? Like even when he's out here like doing a little hip hoppy shit. You know what I'm saying? Dropping a few little bars over here because he's doing a song with Ekoh. Oh man, he said I got hoes in my castle like I'm Dracula. I didn't need Tx2 talking about hoes, baby. I didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him though.
I just give it time. And I don't wanna, but I'll make you cry out of your eyes. You wish you died, but I
pain, I'm a lost romantic soul. A haunted house, how I die for your name, then ghost. You come back when you're sad and you needed me most. Putting on a cave like I'm Captain Saber, no. Wait, yo, what did you expect? When the lyrics in the songs I drop, it's obvious I'm not the one to fit you, Mr. Right. So like, one night is fine, but
Once you're mine, I'll ruin your life. Just give it time. And I don't wanna, but I'll make you cry out of your eyes.
I'll make you cry out of your eyes. You know what I'm saying? He can't help it. I see the live performance in his music all day long. You know what I mean? I feel like he writes it for the perspective of performing it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's again a different kind of mindset that people are going in when they write material, right? Where again, I feel like he's in the right direction where it's like you got to think about how is it going to be when you're looking at people in the front row and you're looking at people in these faces. What are you going to be doing? You know what I mean? Are you going to just hit him with the "It might be fine, I'll save your life, I'll make you cry"? You know what I mean? Like it's not swaggy. You know what I mean? Like the up and down is just it's almost performative. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's so necessary that it seems like it's so obvious to put it there.
You wish you died.
But most people don't. That's more the problem. Is like it seems so obvious that like just do it this way, but then people are like, nah, that's corny. You know what I mean? It's not fucking corny. It's not corny. This is what I feel like all artists get, where it's like you're not afraid to do what some people might call corny. You know what I mean? The people calling shit corny, they're fucking haters. They're fucking haters each and every fucking time. I'm telling you. You find one, you give me one example of somebody that says something shit like that is corny, and then they were right, and I'll bite my fucking tongue. But each one of those times, like I said, they might as well be as bad as these rage baiters. You're almost just saying shit because you know people are going to disagree. Fuck those people.
Your eyes, you wish you died. But I swear I'm a nice guy. Nice guy. And one day I'll end up in a king-size bed, alone with my stories until my death. What? No photos or frames hung above my head, 'cause I deserve loveliness. Shut the fuck up! Step the fuck back! Everything I touch, I break. Stay away from.
Oh my god. Oh! With the screaming, with the shut the fuck up. I remember the first time we talked about this, with the first time we listened to this song, where it, if you want to hear that take again, go listen to that video. You know what I'm saying? You can go listen to probably say almost a lot of the same things all over again. But I feel like I said different shit this time. I can't even remember what all I said the first time, but I remember this part specifically. So go watch that part there. But the screaming, man, oh my god, it's so good. Like I said, it's like one thing. I hate to compare artists again. but I'm gonna throw it out there because I feel like some people just know what I'm saying when I say this. I remember having a conversation when I was a wee lad, and I was pretty obsessed with Mr. Marshall Mathers. And I remember having a conversation with my older cousin, and my older cousin was telling me that like they didn't like people that played in their music, and that's why they didn't like him. And I feel like this is the same kind of thing where people could say that this kind of song is playing with your music. I think that's what makes it so great, though, is it reminds me of what I loved about throwing on those albums with the skits, with the personality. It's not just music. It's beyond the just music, right? There's more things happening. There's like jokes in there. There's comedy. There's, like I said, you're finding personality outside of just the musical side, right? Like you're seeing different versions and different layers of Tx2, right? The same way that we saw different layers and versions of Mr. Marshall Mathers, right? Not a comparison. But if you know what I'm talking about when I say that about him, I feel like that exactly replies to Mr. Tx2 here, because this whole like, just shut the fuck up, this into the screaming part, like I said, it's so artistic. I feel like that's undeniably artistic, but some people might call that playing with your music. I don't never liked that take. That's why it has stuck with me all these years, because I'm like, the fuck do you mean playing with your music? You elitist? You know what I'm saying? You fucking 15-year-old at the time elitist? Come on, fucking, come on now. I wonder what she's doing in her world these days. With that, like, musical elitist perspective at being, like, 16. You know what I'm saying?
Once you're mine, or in your life, just give it time. And I don't wanna, but I'll make you cry out of your eyes. You wish you died. I'm sorry, but I swear I'm a nice guy. Nice guy.
Oh man, there's a lot of truth about being a nice guy, but sometimes having to do the wrong thing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of truth about, like, sometimes we're like, we just fuck up. We just fuck up and you do the wrong thing and it wasn't your intention. You know what I mean? But you really do swear. You swear that you're a nice guy. I need a new mouse. I need a new mouse because you see how it jiggles? You know what I mean? Like, I'm scrolling down, but then I like go up a little bit sometimes. And how it's like delayed. See how I went up there again? Yeah, it ain't right. There's something wrong with it. Something wrong with it. Something in the move. Something in the move broke this damn mouse. I almost called it a mice. Someone broke this damn mice. Shut the fuck up, Johnny. You're so stupid. Oh my god. This was awesome. This was an awesome way to get into this album, baby. It's an awesome way to get into this album. I love this as being like the 1-2 punch, even though these were two songs I was a little familiar with. You know what I mean? Starting off the project, we're going to get into some ones that I'm not familiar with, but I think that sometimes, again, when you drop singles and stuff like that, and you put them all together, sometimes it needs to be more like, I think, like, dissected in the album, right? Where it's like it makes sense in this journey of the story, and sometimes we get them a little early, and then like to get piece parted together. Like I said, like, you know, for me, I like this being like track 2. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I feel like we're kind of like going through the story now. We're going through this love story journey now, and so like now I'm along for the ride. So yeah, I'm just ready. I'm ready for the next one, friends. I'm ready for the next one. I think that's all I got for this one, friends. I'll see you guys on the next one with the next 2 songs from this project. And yeah, I think that's all I got, yo. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you.